Well, welcome back,
What
everyone.
about Airbase?
Vitality Check podcast, cast
Welcome.
of musicians,
Mm,
Yes, thank you.
semis.
Thank you.
thank you. That's being very
Jay,
gracious to me.
Yeah.
Jay has a
Yeah.
voice like an angel.
Yes, I heard that.
Mm,
Yes.
falling angel.
Uh, Whoa, there's some power when I hear you yelling at Ben and Sam.
True.
You're a good yeller.
True.
Yeah, I can
True.
hear that. We could train that.
If there was an
I
anger,
do sing with my daughter a lot in the car.
Oh yeah.
Not lie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Classics we listen to. Yeah.
Mm. What's your go-to?
Well, these are
What do
old
you like to
songs.
belt out? What do you like
Yeah,
to
these
belt
are like old songs.
And yeah,
I call them Nancy's hits from my sister that she used to play back in
Oh
the
yeah.
90s. It's like a saved
Midler.
playlist.
Bette Midler,
No, it's like Four Non-Blondes.
Cindy Lauper.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
more like REO
Bobby,
Speedwagon,
Alive.
Chicago,
Trying to get up there.
Europe, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, yeah. Old
Nice.
school stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We'll dive into that another time.
I thought you were gonna pull it up.
Can you belt it out for us?
I don't know if I'm gonna belt it out, but it's
What's
the
your favorite one?
playlist.
What's
Nancy's hits. So there you go.
yeah, I love
Oh,
it.
what do we got?
Bad English,
Try.
Oh,
Rodeo,
I lost
Nice.
together. Oh, baby.
Boston,
Great. Oh,
I just
Chicago.
I just got a lump in
Yes.
my throat.
Mr. Big.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Big. Good one.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Air Supply.
Oh my goodness.
We're
Yeah.
going back. So Livy and I,
And Olivia loves
it's a thing we
no?
did years ago when I was skating with Magda, which might tie into this, I guess. Getting into outside of your comfort zone.
Oh,
And we would skate together in Dorval. And oftentimes
Really
when I would
nice.
take Olivia, she'd put on this and we'd be belting them out together. Yeah.
Nice.
It's the instrument part that I'm not so great at.
yeah.
Ah,
So
there you go.
Yeah, I think you got Jay over the last few years. He's got us beat on that trying new things.
Trying new things. He definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jay, definitely part of the episode today.
Yeah.
We're going to talk
Sorry,
about
up the gun.
what are some of the things that you can do to optimize your health outside of coming in to see one of these yahoos or anyone here. There, what are some tricks, some advice that we can give on what you can do outside of that in everyday life, just to try and help the body maximize it, healing and also optimize.
Mhm.
Like how to evolve as well, right? Like, so not to stay stagnant in one place. A lot of people suffer from either chronic things or they feel like they're not going anywhere. And even though they're maybe doing some activity or some sort of exercise and or whatever, they feel like they're kind of in a rut and they're not really going anywhere. So,
Lack of purpose.
so what
Yep.
what are some tips that we can discuss today to help people kind of maybe look at it differently? How can we maybe change the recipe a little bit to create some long-lasting change for people, or baby step it,
Baby step.
Baby
which
step
is,
works.
if anything, change, like we've discussed. I think we had an episode on why
Yeah.
change is so hard, right?
Yes.
So to repeat on that, like, change is difficult just because we do get very comfortable in our daily routine and how we're living and what we're doing. The body and mind tend to not want to do anything drastically different because it's getting a little bit outside the comfort zone. And, so because ultimately people don't want to experience pain and or suffering.
No.
And quite often,
Path of least resistance.
exactly. Yeah.
Or even less than pain or suffering. They just want to be comfortable.
Comfortable.
Correct. Yeah. And we are obviously in an age where we are very,
We're sold comfort.
We
Right?
are.
We're
Yeah.
sold comfort
And we can be quite comfortable
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
easily.
very easily.
yeah, most things are stated that way too. With why
Yeah.
would you want to struggle
Yeah.
doing this when you could just easily do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So technology is definitely pushing us in that direction.
Why would you create that dinner? I mean, you can microwave this one.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe microwave. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jay, what would you say what are some of the things maybe that you do and or you suggest to your clients to get into that optimization phase and help them out
Sure.
in other ways when they're not here?
Well, if I start with kind of the patient look on that, when we do our intake for someone, we have our regular orthopedic exam, but we also do a lifestyle audit. And where I always ask it anyway, but in particular, when I ask them about hobbies and interests, or they don't have a lot down there, and I kind of do a deeper dive and explore further, and they really struggle with that. So I found a lot in the last, well, whatever, I guess my whole career, but maybe I'm more in tune with it in the last 10 years. that some people really struggled with that question, and they really struggled to find something that they did that they wanted to do on their own, or
Mm.
they took the time to do it. So that's where I kind of start. So I often, not to single out one group, but I would say that statistically, it's moms to me that are the ones that struggle the most with that. They're so used to putting themselves last, almost like taking care of their kids, taking care of their partners. They have work to do. They oftentimes, no, they oftentimes do. They put themselves last, right? And they don't carve out any time. I've had women break down in tears when I ask them that question because they realize only then sitting with me that, oh my goodness, I don't do anything for myself.
Hmm.
So that's where I would absolutely intervene on that, saying that it's just not healthy. And we all know how that works, right? That if you're not taking care of yourself, then you certainly aren't your best at taking care of others. So to me, and I would say the same thing for me, I can tie it back into me, it's to try to ensure that every day you're carving out a specific amount of time, a minimum amount of time to do something that you want to do.
Right.
And at the start, I don't even really care what that is for other people when they're doing it. It can be reading a book for half an hour. It's whatever that they want to do, not what they think they should do or what they think other people think they should do. What do they truly want to do that's really going to put them in a state, ideally in a parasympathetic state, where they can then actually auto-regulate better and be
Yeah.
in a better state of health.
Right.
If I can go one step further, I'll share that story again where I had, one particular woman who kept telling me when she's coming in, she had a bad back and, I know I got to do yoga. I want to do yoga because it's going to be good for me. I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it. Absolutely. I saw her again and about a month later and asked her, no, I haven't got to it yet, but I want to. I know it's good for me. I'm going to do it. I'm like, perfect. Yeah, let's do it. And then again, when I saw her the next time, she still hadn't started yet. So I kind of asked quickly. I said, can I ask you something? Yeah, she goes, of course. Do you like yoga? Not really. I mean, I like it, I guess. I'm like, well, what do you like to do? And she goes, I love to walk. Like, no hesitation. I'm
Mm.
like, I think you should drop the yoga and maybe just start to walk. And then she goes, yeah. I said, yeah, let's give it a try. So sure enough, a month later or 6 weeks later, she came in and had found a walking buddy or two and was walking 5 days a week, with people and, her pain was better. Like just, you could really see something so simple, but you could see it in so many aspects of life, like how
Mm.
she felt better. She was seeing friends and making new ones by doing so. And it was easily, you can easily see how much healthier she was,
Right.
Awesome.
right? Just by making
So
a simple change.
So that's a great point too, bringing up, people doing actually things that they enjoy, like
Yeah.
feeding themselves, right? So like that analogy of putting on the mask in a plane before you put it on anyone else, right? So
Yep.
it's very important to feed that and really start to listen to yourself and not almost think I should be doing this or I think I should do that because other people are telling you. Like really listen to what you feel, and then usually the body's response is that much greater because you're actually listening, like
Of course.
it's not setting off all these alarms telling you you're going the wrong way, you know? So Sean, what would you say are some of the prime ones that you would suggest to people when you're dealing with stuff like this?
Yeah, definitely very similar to what Jason was talking about, and you mentioned before, because I think what takes place with respect to, dysfunction, dis-ease of, body, mind, soul, right, is exactly what you said before. You said stagnancy, the word
Mm.
stagnancy. So I always talk about with people the two states of kind of like dysfunction and or dis-ease is like stagnancy, right? If you don't move, things can fester and brew, right? Or the other state would be if you don't move, you get dusty and rusty, right? They're kind of two states of
Mm.
they're very similar, right?
Hmm.
So everyone can, understand this, if something sits on a shelf for too long, it gets dusty and rusty, right? A car, you go away for 2 weeks and you don't drive your car, and especially now with the rain and the humidity, right?
Mm.
The brakes, right? Everything. So it's just, but the body, mind, soul, emotional state is exactly the same, right? So that's why I do sound like a broken record when I do tell people motion is lotion. So yes, I
If
think
you don't use it, you lose it.
yeah, there you go. It's these things have been around